trait?
Just the pace he plays at, his ability to rebound the basketball and push it out. And then I think he had 14 rebounds in the first quarter, just rebounding the basketball, even pushing out on the break. But also low to the basket, being a lob threat, getting behind the defense. And so he's been good with his activity.
Coach, you probably already been asked this. What are your thoughts about Malik Monk and Darren Fox when they're out on the floor?
Just two great offensive players. I think Fox, who gets the ball by half court, under 3 seconds, I think every time he takes the ball out of bounds. And Monk, a guy who can get to the basket, mid-range, three-point shot, can finish in transition. And, those two guys are going to be the keys for us tonight. Both of those guys having 40-point games last time we saw them about a week ago. So we got to make sure we lock into those two guys.
You mentioned toughness last night at the end, and how do you
mental toughness?
Right. So how do you communicate that to everybody on the roster, the main guys as well as the guys who their playing time has been up and down?
No, just the biggest thing is when things don't go right, we gotta get tougher. Mentally. So I gotta make shots every night. You're gonna have some games where we turn the basketball over, but then just staying engaged in the game. Not giving in. And so for me, that's the biggest thing. Like, you're not gonna play great every single night. We understand that, but when things get tough, then we gotta get tougher. Mentally. And so that's what I was saying. So you can rephrase your question. Yeah, thank you.
Well, his accuracy on pull-ups is down quite a bit his last 4 games. I'm not sure if you see anything there on his pull-up shots he's getting.
A couple of shots are tough. Taking some tougher shots, but when he's in a pick and roll and teams with a deep drop, we like that mid-range shot from him. He hasn't been making it as of late, but that's a shot that he's shown he can make, over the course of his career. And so, but when you're not making shots, just other things you can do. Getting out in transition, getting some easy baskets, getting to the free throw line, attacking the rim, getting downhill, getting to the basket. And so, we just got to just continue to trying to get him in a better rhythm, because a lot of change, a lot of different guys playing a lot of different ways, and just try to get him back in a good offensive rhythm. So that's up to me.
I apologies if you've been asked this already, but from your vantage point, in what ways has Mike Brown sort of put his stamp on the Kings team in a positive way?
Offensively, just running with pace, playing fast, sharing the basketball, how they want to play every single night. They showed a score, I guess, when we played the other night. The Cleveland game, it was like 87-83 when Mike was the coach, and then he scored 176, against us, So just changing the style of play, offensively pushing the basketball, playing through Sabonis to the elbows, and then defensively, I think having that defensive mindset of playing hard every night, competing every time they step on the floor, and he's changed their mindset.
He's supposed to be known for his defense, right?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. But he's changed his game, So, as a good coach, you got to change, the style of play and different things you do. And he's brought, an offensive, style of play, to the Kings. And so they've been really good at playing that way.
To that point, how difficult is it as a coach when you have a style, a philosophy, and then you inherit a roster or you get a roster that really maybe isn't their strong suit? So you have to adjust your style and your philosophy to best suit the group that you have.
Yeah, it can be tough, and if you're a good coach, I think you're able to adjust and change your style. And, you got to always, cater your style to your personnel. And so whatever you do best, whatever they do best, you got to try to make sure it's in the confines of the team and be able to do that for those players to be successful. And so, all good coaches try to do that.
Thank you.
Any more questions, Bob? All right, thanks. Yeah, good to see you. I might not see